The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and the Jet, Kenny Smith. Let's get to it. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He ended up with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, we're seeing what it looks like when Paul George takes over. Knockdown shooter, that sets up his drives. And on the defensive end, he has the length to defend 1 through 5.
Shaq, your take on Indiana.
Well, they struggle in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
Whopping 24 points, and it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this.
He sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
Just took a while. Now he's got to apply that same work ethic to overcoming the knee injury.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kawhi Leonard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
This was a big game for our broadcast. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Things were going Boston's way from the beginning. A smoldering performance for them early as they shut down everything defensively and were clicking on offense, going 10-0 to start. After a well-executed first quarter, they held the lead by 11. Then in quarter number 2, they actually increased their intensity to pull further out in front, finishing with a double-digit advantage at the half. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
I love how they opened the game up. They pushed the ball up court at every opportunity, and they put the defense on their heels. But it wasn't just a track meet. It was a well-thought-out strategy that the coaches had way beforehand. We'll see what adjustments get made to try to stop their transition game in the second half.
Shaq, how do you think Cleveland played?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Who does a great job of bothering shooters.
And so it's Boston, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. We'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to each and every one of you watching at this very moment. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is here. Shaq is here. One half is behind us. Welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. The first half was all about Pascal Siakam. He ended up with 15 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 assist. First two quarters from him were fun to watch. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, I love the way they're pushing the tempo, beating the defense down the floor, filling the lanes, finishing with authority, Ernie, getting to the rim and finishing hard.
And Shaq, what'd you think about Chicago?
Well, they need to turn the heat up on D. Too often we saw them back on the hill, not dictating the pace. They allowed a shooting percentage in the high 50s. Remind me of my free throw percentage, the high 50s. Come on, guys.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Simply stated, been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
And so it's the Toronto Raptors holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. Our Jordan player of the game.
And his play at the point has been nothing short of outstanding here tonight, Kevin. I've lost track of the number of assists he's made. That's a player who understands how to create a potent, balanced attack.
Their losing streak had gotten to the point where somebody, anybody, had to put his foot down. And even though there were other more probable candidates, he's been the one to take over that leadership role. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone. They're up by 7. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. De'Aaron Fox was on fire in the first half. He had 16 points and 5 assists. Shaq, how did you think the Kings were playing?
The speed of De'Aaron Fox, that was the difference. No one can stay in front of him. If you bring the help, he can beat you with the pass. And the jumper looking like Nick Van Exel.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Houston?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better, get to a better rhythm in the second half, and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Into the fourth quarter, they've been losing ground and needed a big play to close out the quarter.
And that's going to do it for the third quarter. Kings ahead as they end the third quarter with a 13-5 run. We'll be back shortly live from Houston, Texas.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster
and
throwdowns.
David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They are completely in control of the game, leading by a massive amount. Kenny?
Well, right now, they're winning the battle above the rim. I'm talking about all their offensive rebounding, just a ton of second chance opportunities. They just wanted it more. And obviously, those extra possessions were converted into points. Points that helped them build this huge lead.
And you, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the Bucks.
They relied way too heavily on the three-point shot in the first half. Their long-range game was off. That's my off sound, Ernie. They were off. But they still settle for the outside shots. They got to put more pressure on the defense by pounding it inside and attacking the basket.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
Lets it go at the very last second.
Oh, man, that's got to be frustrating for the defense, too. You just give up momentum like that at the end of the quarter.
And so it's Orlando with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. We'll return shortly.
The D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
Our Jordan player of the game, Terrence Ross.
And his stat line reads a little like a point guard with all those assists. Such unselfish play, and he's been a great teammate here tonight. He understands he doesn't have to go it alone. He's got 4 of the guys out there to help him.
Their previous 2 games have been losses, so something had to change to get them going again. And he provided that spark, giving them a huge jolt of energy. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge, Brett Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long. Be back with you right after this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Looking at the Pistons, and Shaq, what are your thoughts on Detroit?
I don't think anyone expected to see such numbers from the bench. You know, I'm impressed. It was what they needed, the jolt they needed, Ernie. Wow, I never knew their bench. Matter of fact, I don't even know any of their players coming off the bench. Man, keep going, bench guys.
Kenny, let's get your opinion on New Orleans.
Well, they're trailing in this game because they're shooting under 35%. Now, I've got to give a lot of credit to the defense, forcing the shooters off their spots and making them feel uncomfortable. But if someone takes something away from you, you have to be able to adapt. So they need a whole new game plan because right now they're in trouble.
And that should do it. With the second half about to begin, let's send you back to Kevin Harlan. Go back to Kevin Harlan. Go. Just go over there.
Phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Fundamental basketball. Keep your eyes up. Keep the ball
For Greg
moving.
Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later. Deep, and their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He had 14 points, 2 block shots, and 9 rebounds. And Kenny, what did you see out there from the Timberwolves?
When he plays with the high energy, Big Cat gives you everything you need from the center position. Points, rebounds, and rim protection. Already an elite player and still improving.
Shaq, what'd you think about Phoenix?
When you think about giving up 3 or 4 extra turnovers, that can mean 8 or 9 points at the other end. That's why every coach preaches it. Take care of the basketball. Bottom line, they need to protect the ball and play under control.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side,
my brother.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes and what separates.
For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. See you later. Here's for the Utah Jazz. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson alongside the Jet. That's Kenny Smith. The Diesel, that's Shaquille O'Neal. A lot of big-time action so far in this one. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. During one stretch, they trailed by 7, never falling behind too far. They took control of the game in the second quarter, coming back to take a 2-point lead into the locker room with them. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, their shooting accuracy was on point. It was good play calling, of course, by the coaching staff, but it was great execution by the team.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
Well, if you can't shoot the ball, you might want to stop chucking it up. They keep trying the 3, but it's not going down. They're relying too much on the 3 ball. Way too much. It's good when it's falling for you, but when it's not, you have to try something else.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
Utah out in front, leading by a point. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next.
I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this
Player
much
of the
skill.
game,
Very
Danilo Gallinari.
And he's provided them with a major mismatch on that low block tonight. That they've been able to lean on his scoring in the paint. And if nothing else has worked, he's given them a reliable option on every possession.
For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome back from the first half. Been a dandy so far. A dandy. You like that word, Kenny?
You know
it's
what?
a dandy.
My third grade teacher used to say that all the time.
That you're a dandy.
He said, this is a dandy of a class.
It is. And this is a dandy of a show. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet, Shaquille O'Neal.
So what's a dandelion?
Well, basically, that's what the class was.
A really cool lion.
Got it.
Golden State found themselves in a close game in the first. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. The second quarter was dead even in terms of their scoring output from both teams, and they still find themselves in a good position at the half. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, so far they won the battle of assists. They played more patiently, and very unselfish in the first half. Good shot selection and nice flow of offense.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
The thing I like was how they were making a conscious effort to work the ball inside. They should do the same in the second half. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Whether running the offense through the post, driving it, doesn't matter. Get to the rim, and the rest will take care of itself.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
But how about the unselfishness? Night in and night out, we see guys trying to force their own agenda. Two hands, two legs, one leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something.
I like that. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sidelines.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Coach Taylor Jenkins talked to his team during the break. He is not happy with the turnovers. He said, we have got to get some shots. It's as simple as that, guys. Play smart and value the basketball.
Yeah, folks.
See if the message...
For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.